What's up, everybody? This is the Mr. TALIAFERRO SoundCloud account. Here's where I'm doing everything pretty much that I can do on YouTube, which is breaking down your favorite records from your favorite artists. If you like what you hear, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at It's Mr. TALIAFERRO. That's ITSMRTALIAFERRO. Yes, sometimes I forget how to spell it myself. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is my most popular platform, at It's Mr. TALIAFERRO, and check out my website, ITSMRT.com. You hear that raindrop, drop top, fuck all your bitch, yeah, hey, all of it, man. I like it. It is literally. Was that not the club theme record? That Bad and Boujee, damn Bad and Boujee was a wave. That felt like that was gonna last a while. Like, all right. So for those who don't know the origin of Bad and Boujee, this wasn't a record. Usually Quavo brings most of the records to the Migos that they do. He's usually already had the hook created, and they get it together and they work it out. That's usually how most of their hits have went. Also, Takeoff creates a lot of the hits as well. People sleep on that. Remember, Offset was in prison for a lot of everything. He was an intricate part too. Offset can spit, don't get me wrong. But here's how this record was created. Offset actually had the hook of this one, as you hear on the hook. Raindrop, drop top. This is Offset record. He brings it to Quavo with the hook and the verse, and now it's time for Quavo to catch up, and this time it's the opposite. So Quavo comes. So first and foremost, Offset verse is absolutely phenomenal. Like, everybody has a moment on this record, and I think that's always great. Like, when that verse, have you heard that live? When the Migos performing that live, all you hear when Offset starts that verse is whoop 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 whoop. That is as lit as it can get in any party. Like, look, sound still control music. Anything that people all know, that controls performances. When Offset start that verse, Offset, whoop, whoop. I don't know who told him to put that shit in there, or he came up with that. That was absolutely brilliant. Then Quavo has a moment of his own on the second verse. So now you don't even you don't skip the song, because there's moments in tracks. That is so important to club records, to everything right now. When you have moments in records that, oh, yeah, that way, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. That's something everybody knows. When you have a moment in the record, like these guys that they have in their records a lot of the times, the Migos do, that's incredible. And Takeoff missing, I think this is a huge L for Takeoff. This is their biggest record by far. I think Takeoff missed a moment. I think this is their first #1 record, if I'm not mistaken. I think Takeoff missed an opportunity to... just to be a part of it. Like, there's so many times I'm watching the Migos perform this record, because you got to see them performing everywhere. And Takeoff's just kind of standing to the side, chilling, trying to get in on the chorus. And he's a humble dude as is, and he's a real chill dude, right? So he just got to kind of take that L. I just don't understand the idea of giving Uzi the third verse instead of Takeoff. Like, maybe Takeoff didn't want to be on the record. I don't know. Uzi, I actually thought Uzi's verse was pretty decent. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. That yeah. I just like what Bad and Boujee represented, because for me personally, it was finally a time to appreciate the Migos for what they had been doing for 5-6 years now. Their additions to the culture, and when they were able to have Bad and Boujee, it was like we were celebrating what they have done in their 4 or 5 year stint in rap. And it was a good moment to finally have, because the Migos have been controlling clubs, radio, urban radio for years. Atlanta on Smash, Migos, come on now, they're a staple. And Quavo, it was a celebratory moment for Quavo as well individually, because Quavo is in the midst of an iconic, if you really think about what Quavo and Travis Scott are doing right now to radio, it is phenomenal. And the irony is that these two about to put out a project together. So we'll see what comes out of that. But Bad and Boujee, man, it was a moment. The Childish Gambino, the whole thing he did when he was on stage with accepting an award for Atlanta and just celebrating it. Then it shoots to #1. It was already going to get to #1, but then it shot to #1 after that shout out from Donald Glover. So everything just went right with this record, and it literally set them up for culture, which was, to me, one of the biggest albums of the year.